I'm the common denominator here. I am the one person that is consistent in all three of these massive failures. And unless I'm gonna take that really serious to change the person that I am, then my outcome is never gonna change.
Yeah. So you didn't post for 4 years on social media.
Exactly.
And what was the final thing that made you say, okay, I gotta pull away from social media?
Yeah, so I've had 3 major failures in my life.
3 big ones.
3 big ones. I've had thousands of other ones, yeah. But a lot of people say that they've experienced success and failure, and it's very common for a lot of, especially entrepreneurs. But my failures are the kind of failures that will knock you off your feet and put you on your back, and a lot of people don't recover from. But I've always been this resilient guy as well. And I would say if I've got one skill set, it's being able to bounce back.
Right.
But every time I failed, I always had an excuse. I always had a reason, like the first time, it was the industry, the whole industry collapsed. That was the real estate, the mortgage crisis that hit 2008, 2009. I was like, it's the industry's fault. It wasn't my fault, right?
People were still making money in the industry that time.
Exactly.
Right?
I wasn't taking accountability.
Yeah.
And then so the second time, which I ended up getting my criminal charges, I got embroiled into a lot of different legal issues. My business wasn't doing well, and I ended up sort of selling it at the bottom. So that was my second experience with failure, and it gets even worse. Each one was worse and worse and worse.
So what was the criminal charges for?
Yeah, so it's a crazy story. I'll get into that whole story in a second. And then
the third one,
and then the third one, which was even bigger, is I got one of my actually friends who was running this investment company. Turns out he was running a Ponzi scheme, and I had no clue.
And you were investing in it?
And I was investing in it, and all of my income was coming from that. So when you ask me where was my income coming from, it wasn't even coming from a real business, but I didn't know that because I was getting all of my money from this investment fund.
Yeah.
And so of course, when that didn't work out, then I was blaming, I was just blaming everyone else for why I wasn't succeeding in life. But after my third major failure, that's when I really stopped and realized I'm the common denominator here. I am the one person that is consistent in all 3 of these massive failures. And unless I'm gonna take that really serious to change the person that I am, then my outcome is never gonna change.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going through this same cycle of succeeding, making it really big, and then just falling flat on my face. And so I realized that in order to become the person that I needed to be, I had to just go dark off social media, start all over, and basically begin my life as new.
Wow.
And that's
how old
not
were you
easy.
at that time?
So I was about 30 years old. So I celebrated my 30th birthday with literally not even enough money to buy the drinks I ordered at the bar.
Wow.
And everybody was thinking, because I was just getting off social media at that time, everybody was thinking of me as this huge baller guy, but I couldn't even afford my own birthday cocktail. So I had hit super rock bottom. I was on the verge of moving in with my parents. I thought I wasn't, gonna be able to even pay my rent. So yeah, I was about 30 years old when I turned my life around. And a lot of young people especially think oh man, I'm 22 and I haven't made it yet. I'm a failure, or I'm 27 or whatever else. I was 30 years old and completely broke and starting over with my life. So.
And you weren't only broke, but you're also, I guess, socially shamed for things too.
Absolutely.
You went through a very public breakup.
Absolutely.
With a famous TV star.
Right.
And she was saying things, and the news were saying things, and friends were saying things. People were also publicly shaming you or whatever they were doing.
Exactly. Right? And that kind of pressure, there's even more to the story that nobody knows. You don't even know, but I'm happy to share it today.
What's that?
Yeah, but no, I was like, we talk about the darkest time in your life. Like, that's definitely where I was. Like, I thought I was going to get diabetes, put it that way.
You were so
I was having health issues. I was so stressed. Like, I literally thought that it was the end of the road for me and that this is all I would ever become known for in my life. I was just this failure that would never get back on my feet. I certainly could never have imagined a few years later that I'd be on the School of Greatness podcast, sitting across from Louis' house, that's for sure. But
it's crazy,
it just goes to show that whatever state that you're in is definitely not your permanent state as long as you believe in yourself.
Yeah, you can change it for sure.